What's going on, people? Welcome back to another Draco Reaction Vlogs. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on the channel. It will definitely help out my channel a lot. So today, Fulham 2, Spurs 1. And let's be honest, that game was once again terrible, just as the other games we play in. We are just so horrible to watch. They might as well just make an R-rated movie or slap NC-17 on Spurs' season because we were just so horrible to watch game after game. And this is exactly 3 months without a win. 3 months without any Premier League win. And the way Fulham were just allowed to have the ball freely and play with the ball on the floor for the majority of the game, it should have killed us off by more than just 2 goals. Our this our disorganized self allowed Fulham to play 1-2 touch football, allow Fulham have many opportunities on goal throughout the first half. We didn't even have a shot on target. And not to be honest, none of the players were playing for the club today. None of them really just showed up in general. They just switched off. They're prepared their vacation trip already, or at least trying to leave this club. I don't blame them. But at the same time, even though our squad is terrible, I don't think we can get relegated. We got lucky again because West Ham and Forest, which are our two teams that are fighting for relegation, are trying to stay up. They dropped points, thank God. But how long is this going to last? Because Forest or West Ham could pick up points again if we don't win any game within the next 2 months. We could be that team that goes down, unfortunately. And regardless if we're staying up or not, I still want the majority of the players who aren't really playing or aren't really good enough for this club to leave, as well as the higher up staff, including the owners, chairman, sporting directors, recruitment, and scouting. I know the manager that we have in charge is going to leave, but it's going to be the same cycle again, the same old crap again. If we're just getting being average players that aren't really doing nothing for the club. And to be honest, Fulham should have won by 3 or 4 goals and would have killed that game off in the first half. However, they had opportunities. Vicario saved a lot of opportunities, but again, he is a liability in our team. He allowed both his mistakes allowed Fulham to score. Even if you can say the first one that should have been disallowed. However, Fulham still had chances to continue going 2, 3, or 4-0 up by halftime. You could say the first goal was disallowed when there was a push on Dragashin, but again, that does not explain for the state of that terrible defending leading up to that first goal. And the second goal, no one was closing down Iwobi in space. He took a shot, and let's be honest, Vicario should have saved it. However, Vicario was too slow to react to the ball, and it just went in. We were 2-0 down by halftime. Again, second half started again. Nothing really changed. Fulham's continued to attack our disorganized midfield and backline. Let's be honest, though those areas of our team are non-existent. You might as well just have ghosts running in the midfield because it's just easy for opponents to just slice open passes for our midfield, leading to their attackers one-on-one with their own keeper. And even the second half, Fulham should have killed the game off. We were just crap the entire second half. Nothing happened. And then even with the changes, we gotta go back finally. Cross from left hand side, Richarlison heads it in, make it 2-1. However, we never had that sense of urgency to make it 2-2. And other than that, Fulham just sat back and defended. and we could have given a whole day on that pitch, and we still wouldn't have scored. You could say fair enough. You could say, look, we only lost by 1 goal this time at Craven Cottage. However, we didn't win the game. We still dropped. We still lost the game. And unfortunately, as it stands, our next 11 to 10 fixtures aren't going to be easy as well. We already know we're beating Liverpool and Chelsea away. Palace is kind of a doubt. I know we've beaten them in December, which is literally our last league win. But however, do you think we're going to beat Palace if we can't beat teams such as West Ham at our own home ground? Our home ground is basically like a house with no doors. You just allow everyone to come in and take whatever you want. And we've been handing out points for free, or 2 points for free. Other than that, we need to make sure we cannot drop points, because I think this team could still stay up. But however, our squad is terrible, and we are going down if we continue to play on a consistent basis. And if there are two teams such as West Ham and Forest pick up points. I said in my last video on Arsenal, our championship goal isn't still on. And looks like after we lost to Fulham today, our championship goal is still on regardless. But other than that, got the Champions League on, but like I mentioned in my previous videos, we ain't winning that Champions League. I saw our draws. We were basically facing Atletico Madrid, and trust me, you do not want to go to Atleti away. They play proper football there, and they've also known to pass the ball on the floor quickly. Do you think our own squad right now could take on Atleti away? I know it's a different story when we face Champions League teams at home, but we're going to get cooked at Madrid. Some fans are saying that Spurs could win the Champions League, and I don't believe it. But we're going to see if we can actually turn up for Atletico Madrid. Atletico Madrid is not going to be easy. There's no way in chance we're going to win a Champions League. Again, it's just terrible performance against Fulham. And I think if we wanted to stay up, might as well just drop Vicario now. Just drop him to the bench, let Kinski play. At least he doesn't... I know he hasn't been playing that much, but at least he doesn't make that much errors in net as opposed to Vicario. We also need... And once our players come back, we need to drop Dragusin immediately. He had a huge stinker today against Fulham. Dude was just getting cooked by Wilson and Jimenez, as well as the Fulham attackers. I guess I was getting cooked. This ain't looking good for us, Spurs, within the next 2 months. This team needs to wake up and realize that, yes, I know this squad is crap. This squad is never good enough. But at the same time, we need to make sure we can at least try to stay up, because if we go down to Champions League, which could be a possibility, trust me, we ain't going to come back immediately up after the year after. We're going to be staying there for a good time. Let's be honest, I think we kind of if we do go on Champions League, the owners kind of deserve it, not the majority of fans, because they haven't invested in a squad properly. They have a lot of money, but they never invested in a squad to bring in some good players that can at least help us be more ambitious as a club, trying to at least win stuff, and at least play at least better football in terms of not allowing teams to dominate us and eventually score and win. And you know what I'm saying? But fortunately, a long way to go. Still a long season to go. Even if Spurs don't get relegated, I might reconsider just supporting this team, because the same stuff is going to happen again. Buy average players, get average results, drop points when it's least expected, and then fire the manager, regardless if the manager has silverware or not. It's going to be a long season, and unfortunately, the cycle is going to continue over. It's never going to stop. Thanks everyone for watching. I'm out. Only 2 more months till this painful season is over.